I have an idea, but I am not an organizer, and I hate fundraising. I don't even like to even think about the thought of it. So I just put up a Facebook page, put up Michiana Community Seed Bank, and just to see what would happen. And there was a huge bunch of people that wanted to become my friends that first week. Probably hoping that there was actually a seed bank, which there isn't. So with that said, the first question is what is a seed bank? And seed bank, community seed bank, the first thing probably that comes to people's minds is the USDA has had a seed bank for probably even in the late 1800s. There's also the idea of you probably all heard of Svalbard up in Norway, the Doomsday Seed Bank. And again, those are interesting. They're repositories for seed. But I don't consider that to be what we're looking for something in our community. What I like to think of is more what you might consider a living seed bank, which would be that you would have maybe a component where seed is kept, but it would be a source where gardeners and farmers, that's the next level up for our community, would be able to get access seed, would maybe be involved in participatory breeding for varieties, for the community, for their area, so that seed wouldn't just get taken, put into a vault at 30 below zero and kept there in case North Korea attacks and they have to rebuild the world afterwards. For a community seed bank, the ones that I've seen, there's some in Europe. I've seen some really nice ones in Africa, and these are places where it's basically the ones in Africa are definitely third world communities. India, where they have seed banks. A lot of it's government or NGO, design, and again they're trying to work with people to get farmers and communities to grow their own seed, to start saving their own seed, and it's kind of a shame, and I'm not going to get into a lot of the politics of that, because what this talk's really about is biodiversity in our region, or the lack of. But in those areas, it's kind of rebuilding what was once there that got pretty much torn down after the Green Revolution. Okay, so historically, farmers, villagers, people, Native Americans, they had their own seed, they bred their own varieties, usually through just selection, and they kept their own seed, and they traded seed, they shared seed. Then when the Green Revolution came in, basically government stepped in and said, no, you don't want to do that anymore. What you want to do is you want to buy your seed from a corporation that knows how to get you the best, highest yielding seed. And of course, we have the chemicals you're going to need to make this all work, okay? So here, 50 years later, 60 years later, I mean, this started obviously even before the 60s. Now some of these communities are fighting back. In India, there's a lot of people fighting back against corporate interests that have come in and are pushing GMOs, and we're not going to talk a lot about that. I'm sure everybody here knows what that is. And so that's what's going on in the third world, in some places in Europe. It's going on here too, but it's almost like turning the Titanic. And to bring it home, to look at Elkhart County, our county, which even folks from other areas are going to have a similar thing. I mean, we are a tremendous agricultural county. Indiana's a tremendous agricultural state. Elkhart County is probably one of the more diverse agricultural counties. We've got dairy, and we've got corn, and we've got soybeans. And we've got corn, we've got soybeans, we've got corn and soybeans. Okay? And we've got wonderful varieties of corn and soybeans. We've got PX 111-23. We've got, yeah, I can go on and on. That is the impetus for what the discussion I want to have, which is about what is diversity and what it really means in a community.